I'm here in California where we're in a hell of a drought, but I still like a clean car. How do those two reconcile? Let me show you how to wash your car with a bottle of stuff and not a garden hose. Now, car washing has this entire imagery around it of buckets of suds, hoses running in the driveway, spraying and spritzing everywhere. Can't do that in these drought-parched parts of the U.S., not in summer of 21, and who knows when again. On the other hand, you may not have a car wash near you, depending where you live, or maybe not one you like. I won't go to any of those that attack my car with a pressure washer. Where did that get started? So you may end up saying, I don't have any good options. But if you use a hoseless, waterless wash product, I think you might. And this is not just for taking dust off your car. A detailer is a different animal than a waterless car wash product. This is for a car that has dust on it, needs a quick little touch-up before a car show. This is for a dirty car, and that's something that fewer people are familiar with, doing that without a bucket of water. Okay, now the Vic almost makes me feel guilty. Not that it's dirty, that's bad enough, but it's almost too dirty to do a waterless wash on. I feel kind of bad about this, but I'm going to use good technique and it's going to come out well. But the key thing in my favor, silver. Silver, white, champagne, beige, any of those very light blues, those are very forgiving in terms of minor scratches and swirl marks. You basically won't see them. Contrast that with this guy. A pure jet black. It's not even a metallic black, an anthracite. It's just plain black. This is the detailer's nightmare over here. Shows every little scratch and swirl. I'd be very hesitant to clean this color if it's this dirty. So just kind of play it there, as well as against your sensitivity about how fussy you are about your car's finish. Okay, now as I mentioned, technique to me is more important here than what brand of solution you buy. This is good stuff, but there are others. The key here is to not rub dirt into dirt, but to gradually pull it off and away from the car and not sit there and scrub at the car. Let the cleaning be done as much by the solution as possible, and you're trying to evacuate the dirt and get it off the car and then use another rag to dry things off. So here we go. You want to mist an area that you can get to before it dries. And this really augurs well for doing it on a cool or warm car, not out on a hot car in the sun. Don't let this dry. This isn't like wax or some other finished product. Keep it wet and get on there. Now I've got a pretty good wet surface. It's an area that I can get to. And I'm going to take a quartered towel, as they recommend, microfiber, because it really picks up a lot of stuff. And I'm just going to come along here. I'm going to use the same technique we'd use to clean glass, which I showed you in another video, which is not to cross over yourself, right? There's what my first pass pulled off. That's pretty good grime, right? And if I look down here, that's looking pretty good. Now I take a dry towel, and on that same area, not drawing dirt into the clean area, I do a non-crossing over wipe. Almost nothing came out that time. That means I apparently caught it all on this one, using plenty of solution to lubricate this stuff, and didn't have much to show here. That's good. By keeping plenty of solution here, I'm preventing as much as possible any micro scratches. I want to lubricate the movement of dirt off my car. Let me get some more here. Again, being pretty liberal with it, but not so much that it's running down the car. Now I use a different quarter of the towel. And again, I'm going to come along in a way that doesn't cross over its own path, and up and away. Again, a nice good load of dirt. Eyeball it. Yeah, looks good. And then come along here with another dry part of this towel and lightly do a dry. This is looking good. This is looking really good. And I can tell now, here's how you know it's working, with a clean side of your dry towel skated across the finish. I'm not getting that grindy feeling like it's sailing over dirt. It's kind of, considering it's a little bit of a damp rag, kind of skiing. So that's good. Typically, if we weren't doing this on camera, I'd start at the top of the car, like a car wash, and I'd work my way down. I just did it here because it's easily in frame and you can see what I'm doing. But that's no different than a regular bucket car wash. Now again, the key here, and I talk about the technique, is to make sure you're not stingy with towels. Too many of us, when we clean windows or do this, we want to use one rag and do the whole car. It doesn't work that way. You're going to throw these in the washer, it's fine, they're not being thrown away. So constantly turn this thing over, every pass, to a clean quarter section, and then toss it in the pile and get another one. You cannot do yourself a bigger favor than to constantly move to clean surfaces of your towel. So now, I'm moving on to, what is this, quarter number 3 out of my 4-quartered towel. I feel pretty good about this. This looks good. Giving it the oblique shine test, I can see reflections in here are nice and sharp and accurate. They're not getting distorted by smears of dirt or smears of grime. So the combination of good technique, the right product that lubricates the evacuation, and towels that are meant to draw things out, and using them or flipping them obsessively, I can clean this car up in less than half an hour and not use a drop of water out of my hose. This is good drought survival for the car buff.